Mr. Speaker, I rise today to deliver a speech to this body that no one wants to deliver, but it's with a heavy heart that I speak today in honor of Tim Brackeen, an officer with the Shelby, North Carolina Police Department who was mortally wounded in the line of duty this past weekend. Officer Brackeen was doing his job, keeping our community safe, when he was shot in the line of duty very early Saturday morning. He passed away from his injuries on Monday. Officer Brackeen was only 38 years old, and he leaves behind his wife, Michael, and 4-year-old daughter, Daphne. Officer Brackeen was a law enforcement officer who loved his job, loved what he's doing. He'd been with the Shelby Police Department since 2004, and prior to that was a detention officer with the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. For the past several years, he has worked as a canine officer with his partner, Psycho. He had a passion for his work and was well known throughout the community. Officer Brackeen and his dog, Psycho, often did demonstrations to show how officers and their canine partners work together to keep us safe. In 2012, Officer Brackeen's service and dedication to his duty was recognized as the Shelby Police Officer of the Year. And the city of Shelby is a truly special place, and so was this police officer. It was Shelby Police Chief Jeff Ledford who summed up the officer best when he said, "Tim was a great person. If you know what Tim was like, just look around this town." And he's exactly right. Because, Mr. Speaker, Shelby is that very special place. It's a tight-knit community that still exhibits what it really means to be a community. And that was clear Monday night when hundreds and hundreds of people in this small town representing a variety of backgrounds packed the court square to pray for Officer Brackeen's family and his fellow officers. And it's clear as you drive around Shelby and the rest of Cleveland County and see the black and blue ribbons and the message of sympathies that adorn the windows of businesses and homes. And it was clear yesterday as police officers, firefighters, and everyday citizens lined the streets and overpasses to pay respect to this fallen law enforcement officer as the procession traveled to the funeral home. And this is not the first time I've spoken on the House floor about the Shelby Police Department. In June of 2015, after the tragedy in Charleston, that horrific violence that occurred there, it was the Shelby Police Department that apprehended that vile shooter in that event. And what we saw then was a community where faith leaders from every part of that region worked hand in hand with law enforcement to replace the divisions we see in other parts of the country with the conversation and understanding that represents the best of what is in Western North Carolina. I have no doubt Shelby will respond to this tragedy in similar fashion. With the perpetrator of this heinous crime captured, our focus turns solely to paying tribute to Officer Brackeen and his life of service. Mr. Speaker, I extend my condolences to Officer Brackeen's family, to the entire Shelby Police Department, as they mourn this tragic loss. May we keep his family, his fellow officers, and all our men and women in blue in our prayers. And I yield back.
The gentleman from North Carolina yields back. The chair now